Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, where these fans have been getting prepared to cheer on a whole pack of Badgers since early in the morning. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Badgers will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So Minnesota's offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. When Minnesota and Wisconsin get together, not much more satisfying than reaching around, grabbing that axe handle, and taking a swing at the goalpost. That's the stakes today, guys.
Yeah, and a lot of stakes, a lot of emotion. These guys. Listen, the Gophers and the Badgers are built the same, Paul. They're the same identity. It's toughness. It's running the football. Who can establish that in this football?
And to me, it doesn't matter if you're a fan of either of these two schools. If you just love college football, what makes it great, it's the rivalry games, right? This is the most played rivalry in the FBS. Paul Bunyan's Zags, this game is always so much fun to watch.
The play action fake. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Bought a little time, lets it go. He looks that one in nicely. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. This time they'll go to the running game. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? These old rivals have gone at it for a long time. First meeting way back in 1890. It is the most played rivalry at the highest level of college football.
Yeah, you're right, Reese. And even though this game hasn't always had national championship implications or Heisman Trophy implications necessarily, this game defines what's so great about college football. It's the rivalries, right? You don't have to be necessarily a fan of either of these two schools, but appreciating the history, I think, is what makes this game so unique.
Yeah, and the trophy games are so fun. Just to watch the teams react at the end. And they know, starting this game off, one of them is going to run across the field and get an enormous axe. How flipping cool is that?
They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got a wide open receiver. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. A first down for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Got his man. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
This crowd knows when to bring it. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the PAT makes it 7-0.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. So Wisconsin's offense has the ball for the first time. And the spotlight in this game will undoubtedly be on these star wide receivers, David.
I mean, they're featured, Reese. Like, these guys are going to touch the football a lot. These offenses are built to get them the football, to make plays. We're in for a few catches today, Palmer.
We sure are. When you can get open like these guys can, when you have the speed to take the top off of the defense, you know you're going to see a lot of explosive plays today.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick release by the QB. At the 35, he's open. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Wisconsin. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it. That was a lightning-fast drive. It ends for the touchdown.
If we could string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of score.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their feet.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Might as well stick with him. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He was able to get that ball up to the... stopped on the return. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Moves around to clear up the vision. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba. A ton of classic finishes in this storied rivalry. Wisconsin won a tight game a year ago.
And that means so much to the fan base. It doesn't matter what the score was, but winning Paul Bunyan's axe. You might score 6 points. Their fans have been smiling, they've been laughing, they've been celebrating for 365 days, and they want to do it for a whole nother year.
No doubt. And listen, in rivalry games, I know it sounds stupid, but you can't throw out the record because the emotion runs deep. People remember this year after year. Who won the Paul Bunyan axe? This will be a big day to try to regain that axe again.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. The Badgers have this offense rolling. Handoff from the gun. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got it first. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense. It's really hard for a QB to get rid of the football when you got that much pursuit. Defense chasing after him hard, making sure he can't throw the football down the field. Good coverage, really nice speed by this defense.
Fires to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Badger. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Well, the defense is going to have to find an answer for this tight end down in the end zone. You cannot allow that guy that much space.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They try to pop a run on the draw. Still running at the 40. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Paul Bunyan's axe is one of the great trophies in college football, but you know, they used to play for a slab of bacon before it disappeared. Had you rather play for an axe or a slab of bacon, David?
Absolutely, I'd rather play for an axe. Way more tough, way more manly. And by the way, I don't eat bacon anyways. I don't need the food. Palmer, give me the axe.
I'm going to go bacon because bacon makes everything taste better, and it's the smoky notes that really give it that extra little flair. So I'll go bacon, but can I cut it with the axe?
How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
On the run, it's Kennedy. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Unleashes one. Got his man. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. With the run on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
And that's a great stop by this defense. 2nd down and goal. Getting the lost yardage play. Now putting your defense in a better position for goal.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture.
He's going for it all. He's got it inside the 30. Oh, look at it. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball is thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Snap from the gun on third down. Quickly complete.
And on that out route, third down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the first down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch, but it sets up fourth and short.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. Leaves it with the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. And the Badgers headed quickly to the line. Bully ball on 3rd and short. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Badgers will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Badger. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Really need positive yards on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they'll snap it from the 44. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air, trying to get to it. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. These corners going to give them some space. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Zings it complete to the right.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive. Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
He can't haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, from Minneapolis to Madison, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases enjoying a soda pop and a little trash talk in this battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, man. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Murphy. Oh, big juke to get past. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Complementary offensive football, finding just enough balance, and Wisconsin quarterbacks have always done a great job staying within their system.
Stay within the system, stay within yourself, know when to chuck the football, but more important,
hit the afterburners, kid, and he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Gonna run it. It's Fowler. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The Badgers line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Wisconsin! And the route is on. The Badgers look as if they're ready to start swinging that axe with authority as they're starting to thump the Gophers.
Well, I think Wisconsin knew coming into this game they needed to be the more physically dominant team. And, David, it seemed like it's been that way so far.
and that's where it's good to have to be able to lean on. Even in rivalry games with high emotions, when you know who you are and you're physical and you can be the more physical team, you can get the lead. Now, just got to hang on to it and finish the drill.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
He's got it. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll give it to the back. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. And the Golden Gophers are flying down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Quarterback gets Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance.
He's loose. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Badger. And the beatdown has ensued. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way home.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got his man on the right.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They're getting this guy lathered up. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. They get to him as he throws. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Golden Gophers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He'll do it himself. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. He's looking downfield to throw. A little screen to the running back.
Nice job by the defense there on third and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up fourth.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Makes a grab enough for the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. A first down run on the doorstep. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or you say, hey, QB, put that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some points.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And the Badgers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. The Badgers decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. It's complete to the left.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
He'll pull it down and run. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. No huddle here for the offense.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
The Golden Gophers have it in scoring position on first and goal. He'll set up to throw. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Man, that is so good. There's not a lot of room to work over there on the sideline in the end zone, but he was able to control his body, catch the football, make sure he had a foot down inbounds. It doesn't get any better than that.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wisconsin!
Salt enter word, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Completion a little short of the sticks. It's second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. The aerial assault continues. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. And the ball is intercepted. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set. First down. They'll leave leave it with the lone back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Lining up to convert third down. At the 40, there he goes. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. One more play to pad the stats. From the gun, the ground game. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, dominated, and you